I'm coming to you from the comfort of my Zoom meeting room, mostly because I'm having tripod issues and I don't want to hold my phone. I prepared a longish rant about what has been happening in our backyard in regards to racist behavior. I'm not talking about microaggressions here, and I'm not going to link the video in question because it's everywhere. Like the media has posted about it, social media has posted about it. It's sickening. It's sickening. As a teacher, oh, and first I'm going to give a disclaimer. I'm not talking on the behalf of my school. I'm not talking on behalf of the school board. I'm talking on my behalf. Madame la prof. Those who had me as a teacher, this is going to be a classic Madame la prof rant. Okay? And I say this with respect, coming from a place of respect. And my former students know that I am not one to placate things. I call it like I see it, but bearing in mind that people have feelings, people are sensitive, and people need to learn. Okay? So what I'm about to say is in two parts. Okay? The indignant Gen Xer, YouTuber, human being, and then the educator. Okay? And I've seen in 20 years, I've seen my fair share of stupid stuff. Like some of them in my classroom, even, you know. I've seen stupid things. I've heard stupid things. You know, it comes with the job. It comes with the job. But what I have witnessed, what I've seen, what I've been informed of, is beyond stupid. It's sickening, it's disgusting, it's maddening. And all I gotta say to not just the creators of said video, because this was done apparently a couple of years ago, okay? But to anyone who thinks that they're gonna create a video, you know, saying it's a joke, it's humor, freedom of expression, you know? Are you ignorant? Do you live in a bubble? Do you live in your belly button? You know, do you live in your belly button? I mean, obviously, you're not living solo in that belly button because you had a friend to do this video with. So both people involved thought it would be a great idea to create this type of content. I don't know what color the sky is in your world, but in my world, that type of behavior is racist. That type of behavior is more than hurtful. It's discriminatory. It's insensitive. It's ignorant. And I really don't know what type of education you got that made it okay in your head to create something like this. Even my daughter, who spends the bulk of her day glued in front of the computer playing World of Warcraft. I got issues with that, but that's another story. Knows enough about current events and social injustices to understand what's appropriate and inappropriate. And it's obvious that you're not lacking technology. Okay? So clearly this was filmed and shared and shared on social media. So we know you're not in a bubble, like in a vacuum. And it's not like we can mistake the video for some kind of awkward preteen attempt to a DIY makeup tutorial. So I'm asking again, do you live in a bubble? Do you live in your belly button? Because I'm still trying to understand what made this okay in your head. You have confirmed, thanks to your actions, that you live in some kind of enclosed box where racist, discriminatory, hurtful, inappropriate content can be shared. And who cares about people? Who cares about their feelings? Who cares about the impact that your actions will have? No. You want to live in that bubble? You want to stay in that little box? You want to stay in the fuzzy interior of your belly button? By all means, please do so. But don't think for a minute we as a community will accept it. Don't think that we will find it okay that you create this content. And I'm not just talking about the two who created the video. I'm talking about anyone who decides that hurtful, heinous content is appropriate. You want to live in that world? Fine. Don't share it with us. Don't share it with us. Keep it in your little bubble. We don't want to know. We don't want to know. And now the educator shall speak. Anyone who knows me knows that I've got 3 rules in my classroom, okay? Gardez le silence lorsque quelqu'un parle. Travailler et faire les efforts nécessaires. Et respecter soi et les autres. Black Lives Matters, I believe, and please correct me if I'm wrong, the whole movement started in 2016. So 4 years ago. Maybe 5, but please correct me. I don't have the stats, the information in front of me. People who are victims of racial discrimination have a lot to say. The last couple of weeks, I even have shut up and reflected and listened. We have a lot to learn. When someone is a victim of racial discrimination, of racial harassment, bullying, we need to listen. Often these microaggressions happen and they're swept under the rug and the victims are told to suck it up and to toughen up. Oh, it's just a joke. We can't. We have to listen. We have to listen and we have to take what they're saying more than seriously. The second thing, travailler et faire les efforts nécessaires. I got work to do. As an educator, I'm revamping my entire lesson plan, which means anyone who comes into my classroom will have to do this work. We're going to work on racism and the implicit racism that exists in the media, in advertising, in literature. We're going to be studying that. We're going to be studying media awareness, media awareness and current events, because apparently, folks need to learn these things. Folks need to be aware of what's happening outside of their backyards, because there's a world out there. There's a world out there, and you cannot stay in your little bubble. So to whoever's going to have me as a teacher next year, you got to have work to do. You're going to have work to do. And even myself as a teacher, I'm going to have to learn more about the subject. I'm going to have to become more knowledgeable on the subject, because there is a lot of work that needs to be done for this type of stupidity not to happen again. Like, it's fantastic to say that oh, this happened because the kids had cell phones and we have to ban cell phones. And no, well, technology is part of a reality. We need to educate people to make them understand that their digital footprint will last forever. I mean, if you young people don't understand that, just look up James Gunn, just look up Kevin Hart, and you'll understand how something stupid that can happen, that you may have done, without any true follow through and thought process, something stupid that you may have tweeted, written, snapped, TikToked, I don't know. It will haunt you. It will haunt you. It will follow you. So I have to teach my students about how their actions, their choices will impact them and will follow them for years to come. Nowadays, you do something silly, you do something stupid, you don't think through, and it's forever. Your job prospects, your CJEP applications, everything's Googleable, people. And people are going to be looking through your history. They're going to look you up. They're going to research you. So as a teacher, I need to educate people about all of those things. Cultural sensitivity. I'm going to be teaching about that too. I'm revamping my entire lesson plan. This is going to be one busy summer for me. I am going to be working my tuchus off to make sure that this type of incident will never happen again. And finally, respecter soi et les autres. A lot of youngsters will say, I don't care if I hurt other people, miss. I'm doing it for myself. I don't care. If they don't like it, they can just change the channel. They can just turn, watch something else. People don't realize, yeah, it's easy for me to change the channel, to flip to another website, but it's also my right to be able to see content that is not hurtful, first of all, okay? To not feel harassed, okay? Same goes for other people. They want to be able to go on Instagram and not see content that belittles, that demeans, that is outright racist. So when you youngins say that you don't care, fine. You're right. It's a person who's like 600 kilometers away, 6,000 kilometers. I don't know, all right? But in the end, how much self-loathing, how much do you hate yourself to sabotage your own future? Because maybe right now you don't care about the impact of your choices. But you will end up at a point in your life, could be next year, could be in 3 years, could be in 5 years, it could be in 10 years, where you will want people to take you seriously. You will want to be given a chance. You will want to be heard. You will want people to listen to you. And all that will pop in people's head is what you did in the past. Your credibility will be shot. No one will give you the time of day because they will still have that image, that action, that choice you made 10 years ago. And it will haunt you. It will haunt you. It will follow you. And it will sabotage what you are trying to do. So, and I posted this on some comments on Facebook. When I say that those who perpetrate this type of action will need guidance and counseling and therapy. It's not just to understand that their act was fundamentally wrong, but also because if you don't know how to deal with the guilt once you realize what you've done, if you don't know how to handle the mistakes that you've made, it will cripple you, just like it crippled the people you targeted. So I'm all for freedom of speech. I'm all for expressing yourself and being creative, okay? What those people did, okay? And let's be clear, there's far worse out there. I got a lot to do. I got a lot to do. So because people didn't listen while others were talking, because apparently there's not enough work that has been done, effort put in to understand that what they did was inappropriate, and because there was no respect towards others and towards themselves. Three basic rules in my classroom. I would be kicking them out, not because I don't want to deal with that, but some people have got baggage that they need to address. There's baggage that needs to be dealt with that is beyond my scope of expertise. Okay? I'm sorry if this is becoming a longish rant, but I can't do it alone. Like, I'm just one teacher, I'm one person. But we need to make sure that in this community, that is unacceptable. It's like, I don't want to say we're kicking you off the island, but like, there's no way this is okay. And I mean, yeah, okay. The people who did those videos were 12, 13. Like, when I was 12 and 13 years old, I didn't think it'd be a good idea to put black makeup on. I'm sorry if I'm getting emotional about this, but we've got work to do, okay? We've got work to do. Don't stay in your bubble. Don't stay in your bubble. Don't think because you don't see it, it doesn't exist. Don't stay in your bubble. Destabilize yourself. Get involved. We need to change this. I cannot let this happen again. Madame la prof out.